first of the semi-finals. And this features Nagayama Ryuji of Japan against teammate Takато head there. That's on. And the referee in the middle.
They're going to know each other really. I mean, well, both of them, should I say. Games isn't that far away, so they'll be wanting to get a very important win because they'll only be able to select one for the Olympic Games. So this is quite an important match for these two. Other than getting through to the final of a World Championships.
Well, as Neil just said, one of these is assured of being on the podium. Where they're going to be on the podium, we don't know. One will be in the final, so it'll be gold or silver. We don't know what that's going to be. We're not so sure about the other, because they would still go into the bronze medal match and they may be off. Or it could be that we'd see both of them on the podium.
It might do, and it should be a good match. I'm hoping so too. I hope that they don't cancel each other out too much. Nagayama is in white. He's the current world champion. He is not the current world champion. Takато is the current world champion. But he's the current world number one.
Absolutely. What a position to be in. Whoops.
Yeah. Well, he's been scoring well, Takато, all day. He's got a couple of really good shimmy wazzers at the right time. He's just been taking them out as if they're nobody, and, well, we'll see. I think that he just had a little go at the Sangaku there with his knees, and I think they overstretched a bit. And of course, you've got to take into consideration that form doesn't always pass over to two Japanese fighting each other. Oh my goodness, what a fast Seoinage that was. And I was just about to say that often what happens is they go for ippons all the time, and then they get caught. And, well, Takато went right the way over. Have a look at this. Look at the full rotation he does. Now, he bridged out there, and he might just be disqualified for this.
Yeah, he's got a habit of doing that because he's very athletic, isn't he? He's like an escapologist. And unfortunately, if you attempt to use your head to bridge off a technique, you receive Hansokumake for that because it's a dangerous act.
Well, I'm thinking now that if they let that go, then they might be in trouble. Yeah.
Once they give it the signal. Yeah.
So look again. Let's have a look how he goes underneath there. Well, he definitely used the head on the latter part. He couldn't stop the first initial bridging situation because his head hit the ground because of what his opponent did, but it was the intention to oh my goodness, they've let it go. Wow. Well, that'll certainly be up for discussion. That's for sure.
We can work out here why they would have allowed that, and it could be that it's because he's off the side and not, how they go right over the top where the neck is bent and extended. That's the only reason I can think.
Intention would be my word. Was it intentionally a bridge to bridge, or did it happen so quick because it was the quickest Seoinage? Was it just because it was so quick and he had no control over it? But anyway, they've let it go. Let's not say any more about it. Japanese supporters up there, obviously family of Nagayama and Takato, and they're all up there cheering them on. These are teammates, don't forget. Certainly, this is a different Takато coming out here fighting his fellow countrymen. And he needs to get onto the pace here, Takато, because he really is behind. Nagayama has been all-out attack. Japanese trials that they hold prior to the Olympic Games. They hold their own Japanese trials, and often the world champions won't get a look in at the Olympic Games because they lose the trials, you know. So they have their own little system in Japan, and quite often it's not always the ones you expect coming through. I remember Shozo Fuji, 4-time world champion. World championships are every other year at that stage. Never made the Olympic Games. Always lost in the Japanese trials.
It's harsh, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard, but and then the one that went instead of always won the Olympic title. Throw or just behind.
Yeah, he's reactive, isn't he?
Was the one putting the work in.
Both fighters have picked up penalties. Now we've got half a minute left to go. Again, Nagayama attacking left side with that low Morote Seoinage.
Well, he hasn't even looked. Takato hasn't even looked as if he's close to getting near Nagayama. Nagayama as the one that's taken the initiative. He's the one that's been attacking. I think Takато picked up a little knee tweak as well at the beginning here. Second penalty up to Takато.
And again, Nagayama's, it's like he's got the scent now, you know? Like a beast hunting a prey. He senses the chance for a few attacks to get him ahead, and to, if he can't catch him, to throw him, at least tactically be superior and possibly put Takato out with a third penalty.
Well, it would be interesting. I'd like to be a fly on the wall as to who is the #1 in their university.
That's now
that might just be it. Great stuff from Takato. That was a counter. Now, let's have a look how he lands, first of all, as far as the counter is concerned. Look where his back is. No, his back hits first, so it can't be his.
Yeah.
It definitely can't be his. And also,
there's no scoring part of the body
score anyway.
of Nagayama on the mat.
Nagayama didn't touch. So definitely no score. It can't be a score.
But the nice thing is, Lubomir Peter, the referee, hasn't given a score. The only person that's given a score is Takato.
Yeah.
And we just called Husseinov for giving his own score, so we called Takato as well.
Yeah.
Stick to what you can do. Now that is close.
I think that's a score. I think
close.
This time he landed.
Yeah.
Wazari scored there for Takato, and Takato has just stolen this.
Other direction.
Yeah, change of direction.
Right away.
16 seconds into golden score.
The winner in the final for medal 60 kg for Japan, Takато.
Wow, well, I mean, that went against the form, didn't it? It really did. And he definitely has tweaked that knee. Now, he's just a little bit of a limp coming off there. And I think he tweaked it when he was doing the Sangaku, and it's triangular strangle with the legs. And I think that they'll have to probably inject that to stop the pain. But he won't mind, as long as it can get him through the final of the World Championships. But, well, this man, for me, absolutely dominated. He was that close off, wasn't he? Several really big attacks. But it was just this switch in direction, just about, wasn't it? Really just about. Was it a score? It was a beautiful reaching Kouchi. And look at the side. Yes, it was. The side hits the ground first, the top half of his side. And it was a really opportune moment from Takato that takes him through to the final of this World Under-60s title match.
Just about gets the scoring part of the body down onto the side. It's quite animated, isn't he, for a Japanese fighter? They're normally a little bit subdued.
Yeah, a little bit louder than most of them.